Hey guys, and welcome back to Charting 101. Today we're going to be talking about cervical position, what it is, how to find it, and how to chart it. So, first off, did you know that the cervix changes shape and position throughout your cycle? Feeling the shape and position of the cervix can help you figure out when you're fertile. So first, just the basics as far as how the cervix changes throughout your cycle. When you're menstruating, it's normally firm and low and open. And this is to allow the blood to come out. Right after menstruation, your cervix will remain low and it will be firm and closed. As you approach ovulation, the cervix will become softer and it will start to open up and it will raise. So right before ovulation, the cervix will be at its highest point, it will be soft, and it will be open. And this allows the sperm to swim up the cervix into the uterus. So, how you feel the cervix. A lot of people are kind of grossed out by this. So again, if you're a little squeamish about bodily stuff, you probably should not continue watching. But and if you don't know, the cervix is just basically the opening to the uterus, and it's the lowest part of the uterus, and you can reach it through the vagina. So, step one, make sure that you wash your hands with soap and water. The last thing you want to do when you're TTCing is get an infection. Step two, find yourself a comfortable position. It may be easier to find the cervix when you're squatting or sitting on the toilet, but make sure that you use the same position each time you check it, because by changing your position you can change the height of the cervix. And next step, you will insert your longest finger into the vagina. So for most of us, that's our middle finger. Insert it into the vagina and until you can feel your cervix. It's just basically a little round thing with probably like what you'll most likely feel like a dimple in the middle. And it's best to keep your nails trimmed if you do this, because you don't want to injure your cervix. Let's see, what's next? How can you tell the difference? This is the question I think that gets asked the most often, because people are like, I understand what it's supposed to be, but I don't know how to tell what it is. So these are just some tips on how to tell the difference. You'll be able to tell the height of your cervix by how far you can insert your finger into your vagina before you get to the cervix. I've got a little bit of a demonstration. I'm not a very good artist, but it kind of shows you the point. So this is the vaginal cavity. And the line right here just kind of demonstrates the opening to the vagina. Now the cervix is not obviously this low, but when you insert your finger, as you can tell, it's a lot closer to the line right here, so that would be low. It's a little bit further up right here, that's considered medium. And then this would be right before ovulation, where it is nice and high. Okay? So that is my terrible drawing to help demonstrate. A firm cervix is going to feel like the tip of your nose. So if you just kind of feel your nose, when you feel that, that is a firm cervix. A medium cervix, it can feel like your chin. A little bit firm, but tiny bit softer than the nose. And last, the soft cervix will feel like your lips. So very soft and squishy. Okay, and I just got lipstick on my fingers. So anyways, a closed cervix is going to feel, like I said, like a little dimple. When you're feeling around, it'll be right in the middle of the cervix, and it's almost like just a little dimple there. And medium feels more like a slit and like it's slightly opening. That would be medium. And an open cervix, it's going to be round. It's not going to be huge like this. It's still going to be a tiny hole, but it's going to be rounder, and it kind of feels like you might be able to stick just like a little tip of the finger in there. Now you don't obviously want to do that, but that's how it will feel. And I have also done another amazing drawing to show you as an example. So as you can see, this one right here is closed. See how it's basically just a little dot right there? This is medium, a little more open, kind of like a slit, and open. Nice and round, little hole there that you can, feels like you might be able to put a little bit of fingertip in. Okay. So that is the open and closed. So, how do you chart cervical position? Basically, it's really simple. When you're charting low, it is when your cervix is lowest in your vagina. Normally, that's going to be right after menstruation and right after ovulation as well. I think I forgot to mention that earlier. After you ovulate, your cervix goes back down to low, firm, and closed. If you mark high, it's going to be the highest, which is normally right before ovulation. Sometimes it's very hard to reach. You got to kind of push your finger way up there to get it, and that's what you mark down as high. And anything in between can be medium. The feel of the cervix, mark firm when it's the firmest, feeling like your nose. Mark soft when it's the softest, feeling like your lips. And medium is basically anything in between that. Like I said, most likely it's kind of like your chin. Now for the opening, you chart closed when it's fully closed, and open when it's fully open, and then medium is anything in between where you can kind of start to feel the transition to open. So it feels kind of like a slit, maybe a tiny bit open, but not too open. Now when you're charting, medium is also optional. A lot of people just focus on firm, soft, open, closed, high, low. So really that's just up to you. And I've done a small example as far as charting. It's just a couple of examples actually. So as you can see, this is your chart. It's got cycle days, and it shows the days up here. For menstruation, I just mark a star. And then for, see the bottom line, I've got firm, 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 medium, medium, soft, firm. The little dots I've got is supposed to be a closed cervix. The dashes are a medium opening, and then the circles are going to be the all the way open. And as you can see, this is a position. The L's for low, M is for medium, H is for high. So on a chart like this, you see that these 2 days, they're high, open, and soft, and then day 15, it is low, closed, and firm. So that would indicate that you ovulated on cycle day 14. Now, like I said before, cycle day 14 is just the average, so if you don't ovulate cycle day 14, don't worry about that. This is just an example to kind of show you how to do it. And then the bottom part, I did another example to where you could do marking the firm, medium, soft at the bottom line, and then have another line where you draw your cervix. And so you basically, if it's low, you put it all the way on the bottom line and put a dot in the middle if it's closed. Medium, you put it in the middle of your chart and do a little slit in the middle. And for the high, you draw it all the way up at the top, and for open, you put the circle inside the circle. But anyways, and you can make up your own symbols that you want to use. It's and if you're using an app, they've already come up with their pre-made symbols, but you can just be as creative as you want to with it. You can write it down in words so that you can actually see what's going on. Anyways, it's just up to you. So last but not least is some little important tips to remember. One, women who have had a baby, it's a little bit harder to tell for about the opening because it's already going to be slightly open all the time, just because of it being stretched out from your previous birth. Now this is, a lot of people get really frustrated with this one and they just quit because it can be very, I guess, difficult to learn. It takes a few months to really learn what your body's doing. When you first feel it, you're just like, I have no idea what they're talking about. Is this firm? Is this soft? Is this high? Is this low? How am I supposed to know? Basically, the way you know is by practice. You're going to feel these subtle differences each time you do it, and that's going to help you learn your cervical position. And the last little tip is I personally always start after menstruation. I don't check my cervical position during menstruation because it's really not helpful as far as fertility. You know you're menstruating, and that is that. But anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this part of Fertility Charting 101. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, you can leave it in the comments below, or you can direct message me if you don't feel comfortable leaving a question in the comments below. If you have any other tips or tricks that I missed, please leave it in the comments below so that others can benefit from that. And that is it. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.